So in today's video, we're going to look at how to install your saddle, but also getting that ballpark set up so you are comfortable on your mountain bike. Right, so this seat post clamping design is very, very simple. It's made up of three parts. You have the main body of the seat post with two clamps or fixing points for the bolts to go through. You have a bottom plate here, and you have a top plate which sits on top of the rails of the saddle there. Firstly, put the bottom plate on. You'll notice that the arrow is pointing towards the front of the bike. Secondly, you want the upper plate on, also matching the arrow towards the front of the bike. Put the nut into the little recess that's there on the top of the clamp, and I'm just going to loosely put the one bolt into position. So I've just held that on the threads there, you can see. If you tilt the saddle over, you can sort of slot it in on the one side. So as you can see, it is quite fiddly to get it into position. So now I'm going to put the front bolt into the saddle. I'm just going to hold the nut, you can see my finger here on the top of the seat post, to stop it moving around and make it easier to locate it. I'll leave it nice and loose, so I've got loads of movement, tilting the nose up and down of the saddle, and also forward and also backwards. Adjusting your saddle forward and back will affect two things. Firstly, the reach of your bike. All the way forward will make the bike feel short, and all the way back will make the bike considerably longer. The other consideration is all the way forward might have you pedaling sort of behind yourself, and all the way back might have you pedaling or feel like pedaling in front of yourself. As a recommendation, I would say that you start with your saddle right in the middle of the adjustment. Therefore, you can get a feel for how your pedal stroke is and also your reach to your handlebars. Try and make really small adjustments around that to get yourself more comfortable. So as a starting point when setting the seat angle, I would say it's a good piece of advice to go with the neutral or completely flat saddle. Make sure that you have a nice level piece of ground to do this. In a garage at home or in a workshop like this is perfect. If cross-country style riding is your bag, you might want to tilt the front of the saddle down. The reason you would do this is when you're climbing, you position the weight towards the front of the saddle and majority of your weight over your arms and over the handlebars. This will keep the front end in contact with the ground while climbing steep climbs. So in stark contrast to that, if you are doing sort of free riding or more downhill style riding, you might want to sort of tilt the nose up on the saddle. The reason for this is that you can grip the saddle. It goes without saying that the saddle will be lower, but you can grip the saddle between your knees far easier with the nose tilted up. It's critical to sort of evenly do the bolts up as you go along. Don't get winding one all the way in, otherwise it'll pull it out of place. I've got it in the middle of the rails on the forward and back, and as you can see, my saddle is nice and flat. So just giving it a little bit and once more on the back one. So now I have my saddle in a position that I'm happy with. I will make sure that I take note of the measurements that I have. There's a little angle meter here that I can record, and also on the rails of the saddle I can see exactly where I am. That's how easy it is to get your saddle set up. All that's left for me to do now is to get out, ride my bike, and perhaps make a few little minor adjustments to get myself a little bit more comfortable. For more videos here on GMBN, if you click up here, that'll get you through to our mechanical playlist. And if you'd like some more advice on how to set up your actual seat height, you can click down here and that'll get you through to that video. And don't forget, click on me to subscribe to GMBN and you'll never miss a video.